friends, it's Maria Murphy. I hope you are well today. It's a beautiful day here in Massachusetts, and wherever you are, whether the weather is great or not, I pray that your day is going well. This is video number 2 in our series called Pivot, Don't Panic, and this is a message that I was able to share with our mothers on Mother's Day at our church, and I'm just taking portions of that message and sharing it with you in a few videos. Today, I just want to talk about a little bit about personality, and I'm using myself as an example because 1, I know me better than I know anyone else, and 2, my personality type makes up over 70% of the population. So I know that I am not alone. There are a lot of people that are wired the same way as I am. Before I get into that personality style, I am an organized person. So that is another skill that I have, I guess you could call it. I am organized to a fault. And I believe that there's a place for everything and everything in its place. And I get that from my mom. And it has served me well. It served me well in my home, in business, at the church, running a church. It's really served me well. I am the type of person that if you walk into my office at work, it's very organized. I know where things are. I cannot work with clutter. If I'm in a room that's very cluttered, a store that's cluttered, I can't stay in there for very long because then I can't think right. It affects my thought process for some reason, just how I'm wired. I'm very structured. I like routine. I eat the same foods pretty much. I'll try something different, but for the most part, every day, I eat the same type of food. I do the same type of activities on a daily basis. You know, every once in a while, I'll do something different, but for the most part, my life is pretty structured. That is just how I'm wired. My personality style, if you know anything about DISC, I was just recently certified to administer and do a deeper dive into the DISC personality profile. And I learned that my personality style is S, in DISC. I am an S, and that means steady and stable. I am pretty consistent. So the structure, the routine, all of that. And that is over 70% of our population have that personality style. So I know that I'm talking to people today whom a lot of you have the same style as I have. Well, in that personality style, the biggest fear that we have as S's is loss of security. And if you think about where we are right now, that is huge, because there could be a lot of people falling apart right now, including myself emotionally. My personality type is the type, you know, when I get home, I like things to be the same as when I left them. When I go to the grocery store, I want to know that the eggs are where they're supposed to be and the toilet paper is where it's supposed to be. See, when I got on here a few weeks ago and talked about how I couldn't find eggs, people laughed, and I did too, but it was serious to me. In 47 years of my existence, in that time that I've had to go to the store, eggs have always been in that same section, and they weren't there, and they're still not there in some stores. I don't understand. And so that's a small thing, but there are other things that are happening that I have no control over, and I can't schedule, and I can't, you know, your daytimer right now, your schedule, your planner is like out the window, if you know, for the things that you planned on a big scale. And so you're having to pivot, and that's what we're talking about. I can panic over it. I can sit and try to contemplate and understand how, why, what, you know, but the best thing to do is to pivot and find another way to do it, or find other alternatives to, you know, in what you're going to do. And so we're going to talk about those two things, pivot and panic, in the next 2 videos. But, you know, again, my personality style is very structured and all of that. Have you ever seen someone that, you know, they go through life and they have challenges and big challenges, and it seems that they go through those challenges like a boss, like they come out like an Olympic gymnast on the, you know, spinning on the whatever you call it that they spin on. I can't think of it right now. But I am not an Olympic gymnast. But, you know, they're over there spinning on the bars. And, you know, their dismount is a perfect 10. And you're just like, wow, you just want to applaud them every, you know, time you see them. Because they come out of these things looking like, wow, they have got it together. That's just how they're wired. They handle challenges. No, no one has got it all together. It's just that they have worked on certain areas of their life and it shows. And so they go through these challenges, but they've worked on these areas and they've developed and grown in those areas. And so they come out. And a lot of times you don't see the hard part of people's life. They're going to show you what they want you to see. But there are some who are transparent and they'll show you how they get through it. But you could see that in that they've developed themselves and they go through it and they look great when they come out, but they had to pay the price. And so what I'm saying to you is that no matter what personality style you have, you can develop and grow in the areas of weakness in that particular style. And that is something that we're having to do right now. Me personally, with my personality style, I am having to do that to keep myself together and to keep myself from losing it. I have had to develop in those areas. You know, we talked about before, if the grass is always greener, if the grass is greener on the other side, it's because someone has put the work in to get it green and they're maintaining it on a daily basis to keep it green. It does not just happen. And so that is what we'll be talking about in our next two videos. We'll unpack the word panic in our next one. And in the final video, we will unpack the word pivot. I hope this is helping you in some way. And, you know, if it is, you know, when you go to my YouTube channel, just subscribe to it and share it with someone. My hope is just to encourage and add value to you during this time and beyond. I pray that you have a great day. I know we as a church are preparing to reopen. There's a lot of activity, a lot of conversation, a lot of policies, a lot of things that we are working on as our leadership team. And I know that businesses are talking about reopening here in the state of Mass. And so we are praying for you. We hope that everything goes well and that the transition for you is smooth. It's not how it used to be, but I thank God for the opportunity to be able to reopen, and we are doing everything we can as a church for, you know, to follow the guidelines that we've been given, and we know that you are too. So have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next Thursday.